First time back on a bike in I don't know how long. How good. Still getting over a stinking cold though. Touch of the D&Vs. Nice McLaren. Tasty bit of kit. You, sir, deliberately pulled out your fucking cock. Used to be a cinema there, right opposite this roundabout, where those new houses are. Used to be a cinema. The old man's first church when he left university. Whoa, pothole and a half, fuck me. His face looked fucking freezing. Like wrinkled like a scrotum. Oh, you think you're clever, do you? Boring or country, boring or country, boring or country. Go this way, shall we? Fuck it. Harley Davidson dealership still there. Left to right, left to right, left to right. Let's go right. Coming up to my first job from leaving school. Well, first full-time job anyway. It's been like a little trip down memory lane, hasn't it? Chugging down here on my little 50cc. Sounding like Crazy Frog. I actually started working this particular job when we still lived in Cranley, where I've just been. But that summer that I left school, my parents moved from Surrey to Hampshire with my dad's work. And I spent half the week at my girlfriend's house, renting the room off her parents, and half of the time with my parents over in Hampshire. Man, they were some really good times in a way. You know, just turning 16, getting your own independence, branching out on two wheels. As you do. The boss used to live there, in that White House. And this is where I used to live, work even. The Harrow in Compton. 16-year-old. Didn't know my arse from my elbow. Out into the world, adult world. To earn a living. Crazy shit. Suppose you've got to start somewhere. And I started my chefing career. I don't cook for shit now. This used to be an interesting hill on the 50cc. Barely used to get up the fucking thing. You nearly had it, didn't you? I'm glad you're going that way, because I do not want to be behind you. So there I was, 16-year-old, tearing down here on my little 50cc after I did my CBT. My parents always said, don't go on the dual carriageway, always go the back routes. So that's what I'm going to do today. because this traffic is fucking shit, man. I remember being sat in here. I had a Vauxhall Frontera not long after I passed my driving test, and it was one of the winters it really snowed, so I was overseeing a mate, went out in the pub, had a meal, went to another pub, had a couple of games of pool, came out and it was white as a fucking blanket. Traffic was literally nose to tail all the way down here. Down the bottom there is a hill that leads up to the Hog's Back, and cars just could not get up the hill. And the same that day, I decided to go cross country, just like my old mum used to say when I first got my CBT and my 2 little wheels. Well, they weren't little wheels on the City Express, they were pretty big. 17-inch wheels, I think they were. So let's have a little ride through the country. Oh, we're all being very polite, I have to say. So there I was, 16. Just finished work, 11:30 at night, thinking, God, it's bloody cold. And I turned down here. Actually, fuck me, I'm only wearing jeans and my legs are absolutely freezing. Here we go. I can hear my mum saying it now in the back of my mind. Always go the back routes, don't go the main roads, don't go the dual carriageway on your little 50cc. It's dangerous, you can't keep up with traffic, blah 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 blah. I always did. I only did it a couple of times down here in the infancy of my riding, just to, you know, learn a bit. But I tell you what, 16-year-old doing these routes, it wasn't too bad up here, but as soon as you got over this little brow, it was like you entered into something like the wilds. Just you and the fields. It was freaky as shit at 16. Scary as anything. At least at 11 o'clock at night you wouldn't have seen cars. Or if you did, you didn't want to stop and see what they were doing. Makes me laugh. Country roads like this are 60 mile an hour. Who in their right mind would go down here at 60 mile an hour? Potholes like that, fucking craters. My fear was always coming off and not being found. Oh, bit of flooding. This should be awesome on a supermoto. It's a bit wasted on the ZX10, mind. I'm probably in about second gear at the most. I always used to get to here and think, I've made it. I've done it again. I've made it. I didn't know back then, but you could actually turn left here and it takes you out to the same point that I'm going to end up at, but I didn't know that then, so I'm doing this way for old time's sake. Slip right off the hog's back. She was just going to go. Funny thinking back to the kit I used to have when I was 16. Just a pair of boots or a pair of trainers. I bought my first leather jacket from the bike shop second hand that I used to wear, my bomber jacket that I used to wear at school over the top of a pair of waterproof trousers. It's amazing, you spend all that time saving up. Well, I didn't save up, I borrowed the money because I can't save for shit. So I borrowed the money off my parents. They found it from somewhere, bought me my first bike, and I had to buy the kit. And it was shit stuff back then, really. No, my helmet cost me 50 quid, 49.99 AGV thing. Started off white with stickers on it. Eventually the stickers came off, cleaned it up, it was just a white lid. Fucking hell, something on fire. Oh, fucking hell. God, that was quite mean, actually.